Okay, so today I am going to be doing a tutorial on how to make a waterfall silky smooth. Now this is a pretty specific thing, but is kind of fun to do and rather simple when you get the hang of it. So the first step is to go to your lasso tool, which is over here. I already have it selected. You can zoom in a little bit by hitting Command+, and you want to outline the edges of your waterfall. This waterfall I just got off of Google Images. You can take a picture of your own or do the same. So you want to get around the edges of the waterfall, pretty much everywhere. You can do this in sections or all in one go, and it's up to you how much of this mist on the side you want to end up grabbing. If you want to clean up or add more, just hit Shift and you'll be able to add some without getting rid of your previous selection. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish up selecting some of this. It's a pretty simple procedure overall. It would be more complicated to do up here or this part over here. So I will save that for a later video or for you to look up on your own. So now that you have this, you want to copy it onto its own layer, which you do by hitting Command J. So as you can see over here, that made it on its own layer. Now from here, you want to blur it. So to do that, you go up to Filter, which is up on the top bar here, and go to Blur and go to Motion Blur. Now, as you can see, the whole thing blurred, and what you want to do is to adjust it so that it looks most fitting for the angle that the water is falling at. So sometimes this is 90. I found that best for this one works at about 86. And then for this, as you can see, if you adjust it, it gets really blurred, but you can still see the water, and you can see that it's kind of discolored up at top here and at bottom, but is not actually blurred. And over here, it's not blurred at all. So you need to find somewhere in the middle where you're satisfied with how blurred it is. I think that about 75 works for me. You can also move this blur up and down if you want to, because you have an extra layer on top. So you can see that it's covered up a little bit on the top here where you could still see some of the waterfall. Now after this, you want to put a mask on this layer, so you have to make sure you're on layer 1, and then click mask so that this little box comes up. It's the little gray box with the white dot in the middle. And from here, you can select your brush tool, and if you have black, you can zoom in, and it allows you to actually get rid of some of this extra blur on the top. So to adjust the size of this, you want to hit the bracket. The one on the left makes it smaller, the one on the right makes it larger. So we're going to make it somewhat smaller and come in here with black selected over here and make this a smaller amount so that it flows a bit better. And if you, for example, accidentally do this, you can just come over here and switch it back to white, and it'll put it back on. If you want, you can play with opacity a little bit, which is up here, and right now it's at 73%. I kind of want it at 100%, and that will get rid of some of the, make the lines really clear, if that is what you want. Or you can make it closer to like 40, for example, and kind of make it so it fades a little bit better into the ground or on the side here. So once you're satisfied with that, you can either be done here and just enjoy the fact that you made a waterfall blurry, or if you're not satisfied, you can go up to edit, or if it doesn't look quite right, and go to transform and then warp. And if you hit warp, you can get the blur to adjust. So that's a bit extreme, but you can make it go to the curve of your waterfall a bit more. This waterfall isn't very curved, but in some cases it'll be shooting so fast that it'll go in more of an arc, which you need to adjust the blur for. So that is pretty much the extent of the tutorial. It's a fairly simple set of instructions, as you can see, and I hope you guys enjoy trying it out. If you want to do the top part up here, you can pretty much follow the same steps. Just zoom in, select the area, again, you can adjust this with Shift, or if you select too much, you can hit Option. So if I accidentally went like this, for example, I could hit Option and take that away. So if I wanted to do up here, I would go again, Command J to copy the layer. But you have to make sure that the background's actually selected first, and then Command J, filter, blur, motion blur, and for this one it would have to be fairly, this one's a bit harder to play around with, but it tends to work at about 10, about 0 actually. Or 1, and then you have a blurry waterfall, and it's all done. Thanks. Enjoy.